GoPro, ATFT. We got a meeting today.
Hello. Testing.
Test. Test 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3. Balls.
Cheers. Should we say that this is the official first one that we actually meant to record?
That's true.
This is the official first one.
And with the
Cheers.
name,
Oh yeah, and with a fucking name, boys. So, shall we?
we shall.
It's across the fence talks. You know what I mean?
Cross the fence talks.
We'll reference to the fact that we're neighbors. It's right across the fence. We don't have a fence yet, per se, but we've been, we've been talking about getting a fence, and then you'll see some ideas, maybe putting a fence in a bar and a fence and blah blah blah. And I'm wearing Crocs, bro, fake Crocs again. So we don't even know if this might be our first. I think this should be our first video.
Yeah.
And then maybe the other one that we shot, or maybe the other one should be the rough draft. Call it the rough draft, because that was like the one on like impromptu night after so many fucking times of saying like, "Yo, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this," and we're gonna do it. And we actually had a decent talk. But want to keep it more upbeat, more I want to say like fun, but also talk about some serious topics that relevant to just our everyday guy, as opposed to your traditional fancy fucking already made channels or famous people. No offense to anyone, but where we actually talk about like just some relevant shit, like paying bills and what we talked about in the rough draft, or if it even goes up. We'll see what happens. Now, long story is, we're recording. You'll probably see two angles. Depends on which one we use, whichever one's better quality. We have a GoPro Hero 10, and then we have an iPhone 14, something like that. We got some cheap mics. We mentioned that on that we don't have the best setting. I mean, it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. We have some ideas of what we're going to do. We already have all of our socials. We have social media. We have Linktree, so you can go on every single one of our social media. We're going to edit a couple of shorts and kind of load up on stuff like that. But yeah, we have nothing in script. We have nothing that we're like, oh, we're going to talk about this. Even though we did bring it up, we're like, should we talk about like, what are we talking? We're like, nah, fuck it, let's just.
Yeah, it's come up with topics. It's probably helpful, but it's not supposed to be too scripted.
Yeah, it's not
supposed to be too scripted.
And because I feel like the conversation will flow better, and after a couple of beers, it actually flows a little bit better. So we're drinking Miller Lite. Miller Lite sponsor us. You're gonna see our ghetto rig that we did, because it's late. Y'all don't know this, but we're in Chicago area, and it's 1 o'clock. It's about to be 1 o'clock. Okay, in the morning. We're in my garage, which is our studio, and then we have his garage, which will be our another studio that we were gonna do. We're gonna go, we're neighbors across the fence. We're gonna jump the fence. I mean, it's nothing that I haven't done before. But yeah, man. We're pretty much gonna shoot the shit with you guys. We're gonna talk about topics that are relevant, at least to us, as young parents, considered millennials, or whatever the hell they call us.
Are we considered young parents?
I mean, we're 30s.
32, 33.
What's funny is that to us it's young, but when I was younger, I thought 30 was old as shit.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like I looked at 30-year-olds and I was like, "You're old as shit." But somebody said, like, that Kevin Hart goes like, "Damn!" Like that's how I reacted. Like I'm 30. Damn! Like I'm fucking 20, bro. Like, man, it hits so different, man. It hits so different. Like now I feel like, no, I'm young. When somebody goes like I work with nothing, bro. Like my job is nothing but. I think the oldest. Well, there's older people, but like most of the people that I work with are like fucking 20s, like mid-20s, and they're all like they're all partying. And after I work a double, I work in the restaurant industry, and after I work a double, I'm like, I just want a beer, a cigarette, and go to sleep. And sometimes I just want to go to sleep. I'm knocking out on the road and shit. And these motherfuckers are like, damn, we're gonna go party all the way to downtown. I'm like, from Naperville to God damn.
Yeah,
like
the other day somebody I was talking with some buddies at work. They just asked, when they were born and what year they graduated and stuff. He's like, oh yeah, I was born in 2004, and I was like, I'm sorry, what? Like just hearing
from college, and
hearing like a coworker who you thought I thought he was older. Hearing they're born in 2004, like just hearing them born 2000 something made me feel like, oh my.
Didn't we talk about this the other day where we're like, I don't know anybody. Like I've never met someone Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like they're younger, and they like, and then one of the kids goes like, "Well, you're older," he said to me, and I'm like, "Fuck you, I'm older." I'm like, "I'm young, man." I'm like, "I'm 30." I'm like, "Bro," I'm like, "I used to lie about my age, saying that I used to be older when I was in my 20, like 19, 18, 20. No, I'm 21. I'm 21, and now I'm like, I'm 30. Shit, I'm knocking down 4 years. Shit, but yeah, so we're young parents. We're fucking, you know, what would we're millennials, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But we don't consider we have like, I think we have like a mixture of like, we have baby boomer parents that are still young. Like our parents are like in their 50s, so they're not relatively they're not much older. But when you think about this one. I just thought about this right now. We're in our 30s, like early to mid 30s,
Mhm.
and our parents are only 20 years older than us. 20 to 30 year old older than us.
Yeah.
Which it sounds like a lot of years. It sounds like a long time, but like in relation to us, it's only 2 decades.
Yeah.
Like it literally is. It's only another 20 years, and we'll be there. And it flies by like this, bro. Like it literally flies by like a motherfucker. Like, dude, we're what? We're done with winter almost. Like it's almost gonna be summer again. And
I went quick this year. Really did.
yeah, it did. I mean, shit. I don't like. Yeah. So, long story. We're kind of getting slow to start, but because we had to set up, you guys didn't see the back. We should have recorded the background of us kind of trying to set it up because I literally got out of work at 11:11. Literally, I looked at my clock and I was like, damn, 11:11, and we still went to the gas station to pick up. Well, Mrs. Doubtfire over here had to go get a Snickers bar and cigarettes,
I had to
like a
make sure I had
crackhead,
myself, dude.
and we had to get propane because it's literally it's 20 degrees outside. For people that like live in California or like Florida or like fuck you, like you guys don't have any fucking seasons, like except for nice. Like
Except for
we have, it's cold, motherfuckers. Like it's freezing for you guys. Like for us, I mean, shit, I'm wearing a little, he's wearing a hoodie. Like we're good. We got a heater in the garage. It's insulated. We're good. We're solid. And we do this every day.
Yeah.
But it's relatively cold. So we went to go get propane and blah, blah, blah. So starting off, I don't know. What do we start off with? How do we cap this one off? How do we shoot this one to the moon? Man, I'm excited that we literally a drunk night. We literally just sat down in his garage and we literally set up all the socials. We said, "Fuck it, let's do it. Let's
Yeah.
really do it." We bought our URL. We got our URL. We have every single thing that we can get, like as far as social media.
Design is still in the work.
Yeah, logo's still in the work, and maybe we should post a couple of logos. And
Little polls out there.
yeah, we do a little poll. Obviously, we're probably not going to have a lot of viewership, but we're acting like we're big shots over here. I mean, we're fucking baking it till we make it, bro. And next week we're gonna have Joe Rogan here. No, I'm just like, but yeah, so we're shooting for that, so we can have a couple maybe polls from our friends and family that's gonna follow us maybe right away. And if you don't, fuck you. But then maybe give us a little intake or like a little input. I'm sorry, that they can say, oh, this is a cool logo, blah blah blah. And then we can actually post it. Hopefully, this is not bad that we're posting YouTube videos. We have no audio, so don't strike us. And if you do, just give us a break. It's the fucking first one. Come on, it's like slap on the wrist at least. But yeah, so we don't know what we're doing. Essentially, we're just shooting the shit that we just thought that we to us. Imagine if this is what I was thinking about the other day. I was like, imagine if we think like, you know, like how high people, like when people get high as shit, right? Like, and they have a conversation and they go like, have you ever thought about like, why, bro, like, how come they're like, when I go to work, there's like everybody's going to work at the same time. It's like they all know I'm going. That's why there's traffic. Like, you know, these conversations to them, they're like, this is the most amazing conversation I'm having. Like, why is the moon a circle? Like, but it's a sphere. Like, you know what I mean? And to us, maybe our conversations are super fucking important and super relevant because we kind of get to like, you know, per se, like fucking two women gossiping and shit. And it's our internal blogs that we have, you know, personally, that we kind of our trifles and our fucking tribulations and our worst scenarios or whatever the fuck it is, and our game plans for life and our plans and our goals in X, Y, and Z. And maybe that's super important to us because as boys, like we fucking, you know, we're shooting the shit, right? And maybe we think it's super relevant, and maybe you guys might think it's like super irrelevant. But if you do, then shit, you know, there's videos of girls doing yoga. Maybe we'll do yoga. Oh, you don't want to see my fat ass doing yoga. A downward dog right here, baby. It's like a bulldog that's overweight. But yeah, I don't know. What do we start off with the conversation? We got to get a little bit more sauce. That's what you got to know. Miller Lite, you should have this in a scientific study that what's the number? I say 4. 4 is the sauce to looseness.
That's good. That's a good number. That's a good number.
And we couldn't get beer because I got out of work late, and we had to. I hope you guys can see. We got my wife's fancy glass pitcher for iced teas, and we're molesting it with Miller Lite, or blessing it. I think
I go with blessing. Yeah.
it's a blessing.
That's
It's a blessing. Miller Lite. So yeah. So long story. I don't know. What do we talk about? We talk about. Should we get political? Should we get emotional? Cry and hug? Should we say our pronouns? Should we say, should we say what's going on? I don't know. What's going on with
At least in my opinions, I mean, I don't think there's going to be very much political talk here.
no.
And that's on the basis of how I feel about politics and the fact that I don't really have an opinion on them. Some people might,
Mm.
a lot of people
Yeah, I don't think I've ever got an
might
opinion.
not like that about me, but I don't have any opinions towards, left or right or this or that. Like, it doesn't, I don't even think about it.
This motherfucker's never voted. Have you?
No, never.
God damn. I've only voted once. And
About to be 32, 33 years old. Never voted. Never plan on it.
really,
Oh,
just don't give a shit.
not really.
And I don't think it really makes a difference. It really doesn't make a difference.
Yeah,
Like-
there's going to be, a lot of people that say, of course, every vote matters and this and that. I'm like,
Does it really though?
does it really? Tell me the day I might consider it and consider still is if it comes down to, literally a one, like if my one vote would make a change. There's
But
a
then
mo-
you wouldn't never know.
I wouldn't know. There's actually a movie on that too, but I forgot the name of it.
Huh.
But I don't see the relevance to it. So as far as political talk goes, like nothing's gonna be coming out of me for that.
Well, you heard it here. We got to find the fucking little itch that scratches him. But yeah, no shit. I mean, I'm very opinionated. You know that shit, and I'm nor here nor there. Just in the simple fact that I don't know. I don't even know what I would describe myself. I think I'm like I believe in a lot of like the libertarian, like the left shit, right? But lately, the right has been more. What's the word that I want to say? More like the left saying like, you guys can be bunnies if you want. And then like the right's like, no. Like, no, motherfucker, you can't have ears and like just, do all this shit. And obviously this is not even I don't have a great fucking argument to it that why I believe the things that I believe. It's just the things that I believe. But the great thing about, at least for both of us, that we've actually kind of met in the middle is that, because there's been some things where you go like, no, I don't, like, I don't believe that. Like, at least with our talks.
Well, what do they say? Is it you're either left or you're right? Is that the terms they say
That's
for that?
literally the thing.
Yeah,
Now
see, left
there's
and right to
nothing in
me,
the middle.
I don't know anything about the differences of what does left mean, what does right mean.
Mm.
I hear left or right, and I'm like, which way am I turning?
Well, it's so
to go?
mixed now.
Like,
It's
that's all it is to me. Like they're directions to me, not anything more than that. Like left or right is which way you're turning. I don't.
yeah, it's what I look
That's
for
where it starts,
when I
it's where it
cross the
ends with me.
sidewalk.
That's where it ends with me.
Yeah. See, and that's one of those things that it's so mixed up now. It's so like it's so polarized on what you do, and I feel like also it's so. I think what one thing that definitely that I noticed that like exacerbated the fucking whole left to right bullshit was COVID, because if you were to one side, whatever side it was, like we're not even going to get into depth in that, whatever side you were either the evil one or you were the bad guy, and maybe Trump kind of started that shit where it was like, we're this, and if you're not here, then the other club is like, to me, you know what it seems like, and this is like when I feel like if you kind of dumb it down to like the stupidest level, right? What it reminds me of is like, you remember when you were younger, like fucking elementary school, and you were outside for either recess or like gym or whatever the fuck it was, and let's call it gym, and you were getting like, it was like a basketball game, and you got two captains and one of them was picking, and you're like, damn, this motherfucker's 6'5", and we're in 6th grade. Like, he's got a beard, bro. Like, this motherfucker's gonna be good at this game. Like, I want to be on his team. And then you get picked by the other guy that's like 250, and he eats 4 pizzas, and he asks you if you're gonna eat yours. You're like, we're not gonna win. Like, and then you're the last one to get picked. And then like I feel like that's the thing. Like, it shouldn't be a club, right? Like how at least how we've kind of like balanced, because we come from 2 different backgrounds, we come from 2 different beliefs. Some items are very similar because our parents are kind of very similar in some beliefs. Like their parents, like we mentioned, it's baby boomers, or they're work hard and don't fucking cry about it. Nobody cares about your fucking cries. Nobody cares about what you have to say. Just work hard, get your shit out, and keep your head down, and pay your shit and pay your dues, and eventually you'll get something good out of it, right? And I feel like too, a lot of the things that like, see, that's the one reason that I'm like, all right, well, I kind of lean to that one side too, because they both have very good arguments. Like the one side has a lot of common sense stuff where like, no, we should protect our kids, we should protect, our nation, we should worry about our own shit. Like we ain't perfect. And then the other side goes like, no, we should all care about everyone else too. We should care about how you feel. We should care about like, internally with work and stuff like that. There should be a good balance between life to work ratio, and you shouldn't have to fucking like hack off your kids to a daycare where you don't know what the fuck you're doing with your kids. And especially with a lot of shit that's been going on where like, they mistreat kids, and they're human. Like, I'm not even going to sit here and scold a person who screams at a toddler, because there's days where you just want to scream at a toddler. Like, and it may not be yours. I don't scream at regular, nor just random toddlers. But, so imagine if you got to do this for a living and you make $12 an hour and you're at a daycare, and you got to you got to worry about how you're going to pay your rent. And then you got this 2'2" tall toddler screaming at you, telling you he's not going to take his nap. And you go, you better lay your ass down before I just pop, just fucking knock the fuck out. Yeah, it you know what I mean? Like, that's the one thing that like I believe in, and I kind of agree on both sides. But I don't know, like it's one of those things where I feel like I do agree with you in a lot, where like I feel like you have the mentality, and correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like you have the mentality where you're like, you're kind of checked out, where you've seen enough of the shit and you go, it doesn't make a difference. What the fuck? That's that bullshit I'm talking. GoPro Hero, you be better, man. Just be better. Like, what is this saying? Searching for your GoPro? Fuck it, whatever. We're recording on the iPhone, hopefully. But I feel like you're checked out, where you're like, it doesn't matter what what my opinion is irrelevant to my day-to-day life. Because like, whether you believe that the sky is red, you're still going to go outside. You're still going to have to go to work. You're still going to have to pay your bills. You're still going to have to do this and that. And it doesn't stop. Right? Like, it doesn't really stop. And like the one kind of like maybe common denominator that we talked about, at least that we kind of want to mention in this podcast, a lot, is that we like, just younger generations were maybe kind of bred to like deal with the older perception or the older bullshit view, where it was just like, we're right, you're wrong, you have to go to college, you have to be in school for 20 fucking years, 30 years, and then even after you're $200,000 in school debt and you're out of college and you've had all this experience in literature, you still need 3 years of experience to get this fucking job. Right. Otherwise, you won't get it.
How do you get the job with no experience? How do you get the experience with just a degree?
And it's just like, maybe we're so tied up with that bullshit, and we're so kind of fed up with that bullshit, where it's just like that's what we kind of want to not want to base our channel, because we want to make it fun too. We don't want to be the fucking downer, right. The 2 men that are like, oh my God, nobody cares about men and this and that, which is, kind of a forgotten theme. But I feel like it should be a bright side to at least our channel, or at least the conversation that should be brought up more. It was just like, it should be just fucking just actually hearing another person, like just. Yeah. Right. Just like, there's a difference between I hear you and I'm just listening to you. Like, maybe I'm wrong, and maybe it's the opposite. Maybe I should be listening to you and just hearing you, or whatever the fuck it is. But like, actually just really, really like, hey man, I heard your opinion. Like it's a valid point, but here's like, I've heard this before. I don't know where I heard it, but I actually firmly believe on this, where it's just like, the you know, the good thing about having a free country that we live in, that we're very blessed in living in the United States, because there's a lot worse somewhere else. Um, you know, where you actually have a voice, right? However small or however irrelevant your fucking point could be, um, you actually have a voice. You actually can say, "Hey, listen, man, I don't agree with this shit." And the best conversation to a bad conversation or a bad argument is a better argument, right? Like if you say, "No, the fucking sky's red," and I go, "Well, hold on, the sky's blue, motherfucker." Like, are you high? Like, what? Are you in shrooms? Because give me some.
It's not red or blue. Obviously, it's purple. And if you tell me otherwise, you're wrong.
Fucking Teletubby over here. Let me holler at one of those. But my boy, like a real bartender, spilling shit. So yeah, so I think that's where like that's where we kind of meet in the middle, and that's where I think everybody should meet in the middle. And we're all fun. We're going all over the place with conversation, but I feel like that's where everybody should meet in the middle. We're like, hey, you have like even a bad idea. Well, then if everybody just says, dude, this is a. How many times have you been at work or like in any job where you go, this motherfucker doesn't know, like a boss, like this motherfucker does not know what he's doing, or doesn't, like, he has no idea what he's doing, or he keeps making bad calls, but you go, bro, like, I'm just not gonna say anything. Who gives a shit? Or are you the person that goes like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go in and do my thing? And I'm not just talking about work, like in general. I'm just gonna do my thing. Or do you actually kind of want to step in, or are you the person that just goes like, let it burn?
Yeah, I'm the latter to that. Okay,
Really?
Mhm. No, it depends on it really does depend on the matter. I don't want to say that and mean it fully because
Damn, remind me never to call you if my house is burning.
I was gonna say it depends on the
Fucking
situation.
s'mores.
um,
You got Hershey's?
because this is it's when it comes to things like that, and it's kind of how I view a lot of things. Like I think very right now moments,
Yeah,
day to day, not next week, not next year.
we've talked about that. Yeah.
So when it comes to like, do you step in and as long if I see it causing a bigger issue for maybe down the road, like okay, maybe it's time to step in and say and correct some stuff. But outside of that, no, live and let learn. And maybe a lot of that mentality comes with having kids.
Okay.
Think about that. If you got my son is 8, my daughter's 4, then I got a 10-month-old. But if my 8-year-old does something, I'm not going to step in and try to correct him with every single thing he does. He's going to eventually learn, like, oh, I messed something up, and he'll either give up on it or try to fix it. I don't need to, as a parent, you want to coach and make them learn the right things, but just don't step on their toes. Like
True.
let them
Micromanaging kind of thing.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Because that's a big thing that I've learned through my 13, 14 years now in working in IT is micromanagement.
Yeah.
I can't stand it.
I think in any job, because I have that now where I work.
I know there's places and positions and stuff where you need to be or that you should be, but it's
But
never been my thing. I will work better and learn things more on myself without somebody over my shoulder saying this, that. You don't do it this way, you're doing it wrong.
I don't think that there is in any position, as far as work goes. I don't think there's any good position or any good job where you need to micromanage. Now, mind you, maybe if you're doing fucking neurosurgery, then maybe you should, right? Like, that fucking guy just walks in. Hi, guys. Fucking, who's this fucking random guy? Kyle just walked in and he wants to do surgery, but
I kind of see it as if I need to be micromanaged, that means I'm not fit for the job.
that's what I was. Yeah, perfectly said. I feel like then if you're hiring people for a specific job, either there's two positions, right? In my eyes, there's or maybe more than one, but I feel like there's two positions. There's either or two kinds of people that you would hire for the position. You either there's probably more. I would say three, right? So you go, one is a filler. Fuck it, we need somebody just to fill a schedule, right? Doesn't matter how fucking stupid he is, or how or he or her, how fucking dumb the person is, or how unknowledgeable or unskilled they are. Let's just hire him to fill in the blank spot, just to have a body. and then the second one would be highly skilled at what you need to fill that position for. And then the third one would be somebody who is an apprentice or like a what's the free job that's not
Internship?
slavery internship? Yeah. What's it called? Internship's fucking modern day slavery. What's it called? So I feel like there should be three, right? Like, but if you hire me for this job and you ask me for a resume, any job that asks you for a resume, like if I go to fucking McDonald's tomorrow and I apply to be the guy that mops the fucking floors, mind you, no offense to anybody who does that, who's a janitor or maintenance and stuff like that, there is some sort of fucking skill and beauty to fucking having a clean toilet and having a clean fucking place because, you know, if you take pride in what you do and you have good work ethic, you're gonna fucking excel no matter what, right? That's my point of view. And me being from like, at least in my field, I started from the bottom and like, you know, not that oh my God, I'm at the top because I'm a fucking server, but, you know, I work for a high end place. It's a fancy kind of, you know, high end, high cost fucking place or whatever. But, you know, we are at the top of our scale where I work for. It's literally the top echelon, at least in the, you know, Midwest, you know, Chicago area. It's literally, you say the name of the place that I work and they're like, oh shit, like it's a great place that you work in, right? Like if you ask me for a resume, that means you're asking for some sort of credentials.
See, I don't like resumes. I'm not a manager, so I've never done hiring to
Well,
it.
yeah,
But I mean, what's a resume?
it's a piece of paper on Word
Listen
document
your
that
credentials, but your credentials really like,
you could have somebody who's highly credentialed and they're
and then you get
fucking obsolete in skills.
And then on day one, those credentials are like they don't have they're invalid.
Yeah.
And it's like I get it, you have to have it. You can't just hire in, you know,
Well, the one thing
John
that we're
Doe off the
lacking.
street with no experience or whatever, but anybody could say they have it.
Oh, for
They
sure.
know how to do something until they do it. You know,
And you know what's crazy
that's
nowadays?
micromanaging. Like if you need to be making sure they're doing the job right, making sure they're doing this and that right, you know, it's just you shouldn't have to.
Well, you know what I think too. It is that the level of with COVID and everything that happened, right? A lot of people weren't working, right? And there was a lot of that bullshit where like, oh, you're not an essential piece to this pie, then you shouldn't work. So a lot of people, you know, got like, including me, like I was literally off of work for like 2 years, dude, like almost 2 years, where I had to start my own business and actually like to fend for my family because I was having a kid. So like I needed to pay bills, like unemployment, $600 a week doesn't fucking pay a mortgage. Like
Right,
that's $2,400 a month that doesn't cover food and mortgage. And with everything how expensive it is nowadays, long story is I feel like that discredited a lot of people that thought they were like, at least for me, that's how I felt. I felt like I was at the top of my game. I was at the top of my skill and I was at the top of the restaurant game. And I felt like I was discredited. And it has nothing to do with where I worked. It has everything to do with how, you know, it was, you know, however, call it the government, call it whoever decided that was not it wasn't needed. And I get it. Maybe it was, you know, to stop whatever the fuck was going on. Nobody knew what the fuck was going on. So it was crazy, right? I feel like that made a lot of people, including myself, and I can speak from personal opinion, was I said to myself was like, wow, I am irrelevant. I am replaceable like this. Where literally, if I don't work, like the world, it didn't stop.
Yeah, right.
It literally did not stop. I mean, people were still shopping. Well, it was looting, but it was similar, same, but different. But you know, like the world didn't stop. A lot of people were still doing their shit. They were still partying. They were still having fucking, you know, get-togethers. Amazon was still selling a shit ton of shit, like right. So a lot of things didn't stop, right? So that made me feel like, holy shit, I really am irrelevant in this world. Like I can literally be obsolete in a matter of a fucking flip of a switch. Like it was literally overnight. My last day at work was March 17th, 2020. And I was done. Like literally I was done. And I didn't know what to do. Like I was like, at first it was like, oh
Go out
shit.
and drink for St. Patty's Day.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah, I couldn't even go out. So long story, it was like,
That's true.
yeah, no, fuck, I was at home fucking with a fucking green hat. But long story is I feel like what that had caused was the highly skilled people either found something better or they became entrepreneurs or they started a business, and I did myself. And whatever happened to my business, and maybe another time we'll talk about it, but it was highly profitable and it was great while it lasted. And I feel like a lot of people went that route, and a lot of people did a lot better, and they said, screw it, I'm not gonna become irrelevant where I'm left at my house trying to fend for myself, where you get to choose who gets to eat and who doesn't. Because at that point, it's not like, even going to politics, it's dude, it's like, it's not even survival of the fittest. You're telling me I can't. You're shutting the doors on me. And I think that what that created was a lot of people that were skilled try to say, okay, well, if I'm highly skilled at my position, whatever it is, I need to find something that gives me that essentialness. And the people that were like off, eventually, they're like, oh shit, well, the skill level went down and down and down, because I heard it like firsthand, man. When I, like, shit, in my business, I was literally just trying to hire people that were just to fill in spots. The first one that I said, I just needed bodies, man. Like, I literally had my business was a detail shop. I was detailing cars for dealerships, and I had a tire shop, and I literally had 50 cars to detail in a week, and I needed people just to clean and wash, and even gophers. What I called them like gophers. Don't fucking. It's not a bad thing. It was go get me this, go get me this, go for this, go for this, go for that, go for the this at the gas station, go for gas for the power washer, go for a soap, go for, you know what I mean? So it was literally just trying to fit, and they were horrible. A lot of them were horrible. Like, literally, I can tell you, at one point I had like 6 employees, and out of 6, dude, I probably could have put them all together and it could have made 2. I'll shout out to Jameric Calvin. That motherfucker was like on point. That he literally stood with me through all the good, the bad, the fucking the sometimes having to pay out of my pocket because his paycheck, we didn't make enough sales, and it was in the beginning, and some rough times. And eventually it became kind of decent to good sometimes, and I think that diminished a lot of the work skill that was out there, that people were just trying to get bodies in. So the status quo, or the level of expectancy, became less and less and less when things started opening up again, where they were like, we just need to find people, because the highly skilled people got jaded, and they're like, I feel like this is maybe it's funny. I feel like businesses and jobs became like a very hot girlfriend that had a good man, but took him for granted, and then eventually just started dating a bunch of losers that literally go, you want to go on a date? Can you pick me up, girl? You're like, you gonna get this one? I forgot my wallet, man. You know what I mean? My stimulus check ain't in, So, you got me shoes, baby? Yeah, man, I got your shoes. Why does it have that metal tag on there? I went shopping for free, you know what I mean? But long story, I think like that's how I look at it, where like the jobs became like, fucking, now I'm just trying to find something.
Yeah.
Right. And that point, they needed to micromanage. Like, at that point, they needed to micromanage. Where I see it now, even now in my day, like, what, COVID's technically over, right? And at my job right now, like, I see it a lot, where it's just like a lot of micromanagement, and they have to make almost this, like, it used to be like back in the day, it was like an umbrella statement. Like, somebody fucked up, and we all knew who was like the fuck up. Like, oh, fucking Josh. Like Joey. Like, fucking Joey. You're just fucking, this guy's always fucking up, but he's kind of nice. So you go like, hey, fuck it. He's a guinea pig. He's a guy that always is going to get picked up. So like, even if I fuck up, nobody's going to notice, because he's the guinea pig, right?
Right.
And now it was just like, it was an umbrella statement. Like, hey, guys, we can't take a shit on our desks. Like, anybody can't take a shit on our desk. So now it becomes more of these things where like we have to micromanage the people that aren't doing their job, but also now we have to micromanage everyone, so that now it's like, we have to worry about, like, we're so worried about keeping people. Like, we don't want to offend you, and you go, hey man, this is bullshit, man, you're picking on me, because sometimes it is. Sometimes you pick on someone and it just take them downhill. So I feel like that's kind of how like I see it, where like that micromanagement bullshit started during that. And maybe your job is different. Not maybe. I think your job is completely different. Because like, if a motherfucker doesn't know, like, I couldn't do your job and go into IT and be like, can you, like, I'd be like Ali from Family Guy. Did you check your PCP ID? Like, I wouldn't know what the fuck to do. right? So I feel like your guys require a lot more skill.
Well, I mean, you can micromanage, but in the end, for my position and career, it still comes down to simply, do you know how to fix something or do you not?
100%.
Like that's kind of it.
Yeah,
You
and
know?
that's applied to a lot, or at least trades, because yours is technically a trade. Like it's a modern trade.
Is that TA trade?
It's a modern trade. I call it a modern trade because that's literally like, we still need carpenters, we still need electricians. I don't think that's ever going to go away. But
I mean,
you're
IT is definitely never going away.
so you're the new trade.
That's true.
You're definitely the new trade.
And thinking about it, when I think trade schools, right, or when I think of a trade, the
Construction.
first thing that comes to
hands.
mind is you don't need to go get a 4-year bachelor's degree at a college. You go to trade school. You go to a
Roger,
school
yeah.
specific for just that. You get certified in it. Yeah, that's what IT is. I don't need to go get, and I didn't myself. I didn't finish a 4-year degree, and all of a sudden I just started, certificates.
Yeah.
You take one class, you get certified in it. Boom, that's on your resume. 2 weeks of 2-3 weeks of studying, take a test. Boom, you're certified.
And nowadays too with Google, you can do it online.
Is that not just? Maybe that is more of a trade than I thought of.
I think it is. I think it is the modern
Huh.
trade. Like social media is a new trade too because it's entertainment. Well, is it entertainment a trade? No, I think that's entertainment. I think that's its own genre. But I think IT. I honestly think IT. Anything with technology that like people are doing now, like your job and like a lot of like the cloud service or like cybersecurity and stuff like that. That's a trade.
Yeah.
That's absolutely a trade because that's the modern trade. That's where we're going. We're going towards
Right.
the technology base. We're so technology. We're like technology caterpillars that are just moving forward into like blossoming to whatever the hell we're fucking to
Blossom into
To-
AI is taking over our jobs.
to the Terminator and shit. Get out! Sarah Connor, I'm here for you, Kyle. Damn, imagine if Kyle's got to save us. How's a 4'5" gonna save us? Okay, 5 feet with hills.
Come on.
But I feel like that's a new that's it. He's not 5'4". He's 5'2".
On a good day.
On a good day. But yeah, so like I feel like that's a new trade. I feel like that's where the world is going. Where like fuck, man, like it scares the shit out of me too. It really does scare the shit out of me. Like I like AI. Like there's days where I go like I sit in the world and I go like I've been working on this like little bit where I go like I feel like there's days where I look at where the world is, bro, and how fucking stupid we are as humans. Like, or at least like leaders and like shit like that. Like how stupid we are and how irrelevant the arguments and the fights that we're like looking at the world on going, like, whatever war is going on right now. We're not gonna get into the depth and the politics of all that bullshit. But like all that bullshit, like I feel like we're so fucking hyper focused on all this stupid shit where I go like, man, a part of me is kind of like looking forward to AI just going, all right, idiots, you guys are all fucking stupid. Like, you guys just shut the fuck up and just pay your bills, go work and take care of your kids and fucking we'll deal with the logistics of this shit, right? Like, it's kind of like a refreshing taste where like, hey, I'm objective about this bullshit. Like, I don't care who you are, how you look, and what you wear. Like, fucking get to your shit. Worry about your own self, right? And like I don't know, like I feel like that. And then in moments it scares the shit out of me because it's like, man, what if that's a new irrelevance? Like, what if a robot just calls me one day and just goes like, "You are not alert. You are not going out. You did not. You said Kyle was short, and he programmed me. So fuck you." And then I'm at Home Depot, fucking going, "Hey."
Yeah, it's really signs of it though. How long back were you try to call, your phone company or something like that, and or your credit cards, and you're trying to get a hold of a person,
Yeah.
and you couldn't, and you still mostly can't. It's all automated. Everything's automated. How long, AI and all this new stuff popping out nowadays, but like for the longest time,
True. When there was people.
it was already automated. It wasn't even us. Like we could not get a hold of a person.
That is true.
Yeah.
And it's also
Unless you had Discover.
that is true. Discover always has
Discover
someone.
always has a person.
Shout out to Discover. Give us some free cards. Yeah, no, low key. Yeah, you're right. Because I remember every single time I call my Discover card.
And we get very mad at the automated system because you can't tell them what you want. But hey, that's the improvement with AIs now. But
Yeah, I remember
Nobody
when
was
it.
online, man.
I remember when it
You
used to
know?
be where you're like, like he'd call you're like, just fucking anything, like just credit balance. Did you say lock your card? No, motherfucker.
Oh, the amount of times you just yell and swear.
Bro, and how stupid are you for you're screaming at a fucking
As
voice
if it
recorder?
matters
Yeah.
what you
It's a computer just going. Did you say no? Goodbye. And then you're just like, motherfucker. You're yelling at the phone because a computer hung up on you. But long story is, I feel like I kind of am afraid. It kind of makes me afraid of just like, what if, like, dude, like if it just all goes to shit where like it's just like we're no longer relevant as like imagine we created the perfect like symbiotic thing where like it's just like it goes one day like why wouldn't it?
It's going to.
Why wouldn't it? Look how stupid we are. We are literally
going to.
we're primates still.
It's going to happen.
We are fucking primates. How many like look at like if like it like the whole alien thing is funny to me because like I do have like this belief in like aliens and like you know I'm always looking at this motherfucker and I tell him because I have a perfect circle. Once we do a video outside, I'm going to show you that circle. There's a perfect circle in my backyard that looks it's never grown grass and for some reason it whatever and there's always a star pointed right at it. Whatever, that's irrelevant. But I'm crazy.
Or is it irrelevant?
Or is it? Aliens, you'll tell us when you're watching this podcast. But like if you were like if you were looking at like how we when we go to the zoo and you look at monkeys and they're just like hanging upside down and one of them's just smacking the other fucking monkey, you go, that's stupid ass. Like you're fucking stupid. You know what I mean? Like and then like imagine if something smarter than us, completely non-objective, like just plus and minuses and just facts, goes, you're fucking arguing with somebody on Facebook over a fucking the color of somebody's dress. When
Oh, don't get me started on that.
remember when they used to do that? Is a dress blue or gold?
Oh man.
Like you're fucking arguing over what color the dress is. You're arguing about why Kim Kardashian should date Kanye West again. Like an AI would just be like, "All right, you guys are fucking dumb." Like I'm literally clocking all of you guys out, and you guys are going home. Like you guys are staying home. Like you guys are fucking dumb. Like that's it. You're done. And maybe it needs to happen. I don't know. Because like look at catastrophic things that have happened in the world, right? Or at least the United States.
Mm-hmm.
It's always brought us more together. Where nobody gives a shit who you are.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a fuck who you are. Like at one point you go like, all right, the destruction creates some unity. Right? Like where you go like, hey, fuck it. Like kind of like the tragedy creates, law. Like the loss creates some sort of thing. So maybe I don't know, maybe it needs to happen. But it does scare the shit out of me where it's just like, just imagine this thing does not fucking stop. And imagine, just think about this theory. Imagine if all those Terminator movies was AI in the future already. It's already happened. Like imagine if he's like giving ideas to these producers, like you should write this book, and it's like it's Arnold Schwarzenegger is AI. Hello. Because that motherfucker is like 80 and he still looks great, bro. This motherfucker looks like he ate a baby. And he's fucking buff, bro. His muscles got muscles. Like he's like he looks the same. And he still talks like this motherfucker's been a governor, he's been an actor, he's been a robot, he's been everything. He's done it all. And like imagine if that's a thing, like it's already happened. And we're just literally we're literally going to the next chapter where it's like we're on the next chapter or on the verge of next chapter. That scares the shit out of me. Where you imagine like they don't even know it. They don't even know it. AI's already done. Like ChatGPT has already started creating its body, and like all of a sudden we just see like this blue thing just pop out of the sky.
Then we give you the answers way too quick.
Like way too quick.
Way too quick.
But sometimes it does have opinions. I like
Really?
try to ask. I asked. I think it was like a while back ago. I'm like, is Joe Biden a robot? Or does Joe Biden have a robot? Because he walks out like this. He's like, have you seen him? And he does this, and he still manages to fall. Like it's 3CPO. Like he just tips over, so like a tripod. Like it's just like a fucking cat running through fucking Christmas lights, and the tree just tips over. He has those moments where he's just like he's like the beta version, and we just like got stuck with that. We couldn't get an upgrade because he only has 8 gigs, and we need 6 to fucking upgrade. Like and I think I asked something like that, and it said I can't give you like he was offended. He's like, don't fucking talk about my own, and like it has its own opinions, but it does give you some quick shit. Like you can literally,
It's too fast.
it's too fast. Because I remember Google, you used to type, "Can I?" and then it'd be like jerk off. Like, no, motherfucking, whoa, I mean, rain check, I will, but not right now. Can I Google how to do a resume? I'm trying to get a job. But like now it's just like
fast.
it's super fucking fast, dude. It's
And then
like
when internet was introduced to us, it was fucking dial-up internet, and you had to wait a half hour
I
to
used
get
to-
online. And
I
now
used
you
to
get an
steal
answer
the
in
AOL
7
CDs from
seconds.
Kmart all the time.
Yeah.
I didn't even need AOL. Yeah, it's so crazy how like I don't think anybody when they created the internet, and I don't know who the fuck did it, but whoever created the internet, for memes purposes, it's the best. For memes wise, it is literally a monkey seeing a magic trick at a zoo going, you know what I mean? That's what memes are to us. But like I don't think anybody created when they created, they would think that like we would get to where you can show your asshole and make $1 million on, OnlyFans. And also you can have a robot tell you,
Yeah, we'll plug our OnlyFans later.
yeah, he's got a nice
We're
ass.
not there yet.
But the problem is that his tripod's too tall for his asshole, so you only get to see his neck, his top of his. Mine, I'm too tall. Mine, you only get to see my calves. Nice calves, though. But yeah, like I don't think they ever captured that. Like I don't think in their wildest fucking dreams, like anybody would have thought that we were where we are now. We're like, look at it. Like nobody watches. Like not a lot of people, unless you're like 60, you watch the news. Or read the newspaper. Fuck you. When is the last time you saw a newspaper? I don't think I've ever seen a newspaper lately. I haven't seen a newspaper stand. Like I get the bullshit newspaper like just for like coupons and all that shit. But like now you go to YouTube, you go to podcasts such like ours. We give you fake news. It's fake news. We give like you go to either podcasts or Substacks, or you go to a lot of places to find some shit, and whether it's bullshit or not, like whatever it is, whatever the answer is, but you go to the internet to find whatever, and it's so much quicker because like imagine back in the day, our parents had to go like fucking newspaper and go. Like I remember when we used to go to I'm Mexican, so like we used to travel to Mexico every year for vacation, and I remember it was now it's kind of sweet, and I kind of go like, man, it's kind of nostalgic. Where my dad used to buy a United States either Atlas or World Atlas. This is how stupid I am. But my dad used to buy this Atlas at Menards, and he would open it, and he would open the United States map, and it was literally he would grab a highlighter and he would highlight the highways that we were going to take. We would take 57 all the way to 88.
And you just have to open up the map while you're driving because there was no GPS.
My mom was the fucking co-pilot, like, and it was like my mom getting yelled at.
The exit 5 seconds too
you
late.
You fucking idiot! You missed the exit. We're in Arkansas, we're fucking Wyoming and shit. No, this is Mexico got really
not another way to turn around for 45 minutes.
Fuck, bro. And like now it's just like, dude, I find myself not even like, mind you, I just moved out here to this suburb from Chicago, from like city of Chicago. And dude, it took me a while where I would GPS from here to work. And it's what? Fucking 40 minutes away from here, 30 minutes away.
I've been here for 3 years. I still use GPS all the time. My wife hounds me on that. She goes, "You really don't know how to get here yet?"
Well, that's because you
And I'm
can't see over the glass,
I
though.
know how to get there, kind of, but maybe there's a quicker route. Maybe there's an accident.
That's true. That is true.
But that's my excuse. The real thing is I'm gonna forget a turn.
Oh, you're a fucking asshole.
I'm gonna forget a turn because I still really don't know the way.
Well, I think that's a man thing. I don't think my dad's never asked for directions. Like, dude,
No, and I'll lie about it too.
I know where I'm going. Yeah, I saw the squirrel over there.
Yeah,
you see the dead fucking squirrel? You see the dog humping over there? We passed that fucking Scrappy Doo over there. No, yeah. So,
Terrible with it, though. Terrible with it.
Yeah, but like, we've become lazy. We become reliant on this fucking thing. So, like, imagine if dude, I always say this shit. Like, I've been saying it a lot more lately. But like, I don't think that if there was to become like a thing where like a world war, I don't think they would come and attack us here. All you have to do is just shut down our fucking phones.
Oh yeah, the world's over for us.
It's fucking done. Because you use this fucking thing for every fucking thing.
Hey, man, we lose the internet,
Relationships.
I wouldn't know how to walk outside the house.
Bro, I was talking like
I'd get lost in my driveway. Where's my house?
you'd be like Biden. Just- GPS me to get up. But like it's fucking like it's crazy. I was literally we were having this talk where like I think it was yesterday at work, and like mind you, I told you my coworkers are like they're younger than me. They're like in their 20s, right? And I was like, man, I'm like, they're like all talking about like relationships, and man, it's kind of scary, and it's kind of crazy, you know, like how like relationships now, like man, people lie, and like fish. What is that fish fucking? What is it called? Getting fish head? I don't know. Do you get fish head? No. What is it called?
Catfish.
Catfish. There you fucking go. I knew it was a
I
dog.
was just kind of waiting to see where you went with it.
You guys have never gotten fish head? Fucking try it. That's why I'm happily married.
I had to wait and see where you went.
But
with that one.
like catfish and all that bullshit. Like so they're like talking about that, right? And I was just like, I was listening at this conversation, and I had a moment where I go back to the age bullshit, where I was like, damn, I fucking sound like my dad, bro. I was like, you like, or like an old grandfather, like an old uncle. You're like, you fucking young fucking idiots. Like, you guys don't know what the hell you're talking about. You can literally set up a date and fucking get killed. You can get Jeffrey Dahmer. And then
Yeah.
and then they go like, oh yeah, you just swipe right and this and that. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, and I literally said, I'm like, I'm happy I'm married to a great woman, where I'm like, I don't have to, like, I'll say it to my wife.
Part of her, just out of curiosity, you ever used or been on dating apps or no?
No, I've never been.
Yeah, neither have I.
I've been together with my wife for fucking 10 years.
Yeah, well, they were out before then, though.
Yeah, they were out, but like
Right.
even before then, it
Slowly
was just
saw
like you
that,
meet a
right.
person and
Yeah,
that's it. It's like, because you get to see how shitty, third, fourth date, you get to see how fucking crazy they are. Like, you get to see this shit, like, crazy. Like, I don't know, like, I'm not gonna say the name either, but it was a really good friend of mine. We went out, and it was like not a double date, but it was like we were young, man. We were like in our clubbing days. Like we went to a club,
I've never
and
done double dates either.
and it was like it was like a weird double date, because like it was a double date where it was a triple date. So it was me and my other two friends, right? So my other friend kind of set it up where he was talking to this one girl, and she had two friends, and they go, oh, let's go to this club instead of this other club. And then my boy goes like, yo, well, it's a secure thing, we're gonna have somebody we can dance with, we can hang out, we can drink with. That like he set it up, and he like we go, and the two girls were, the one girl was completely not fucking interested in me. And my friend hit it off with the other girl, and obviously my friend was
Took me 2 weeks to get interested in you too. So
fuck you. That's because you couldn't see me eye to eye. but until you wore your heels. So like my friend, obviously the other girl was interested. And I remember like we did it once, we did it the second time. And then obviously, I think I made the one girl laugh, and we were just talking. We were like, it was very, very known. There was a fine line where she goes like, we're just cool with each other. And I was okay with it because it was a cool talk. We danced. I think it was more fun at that point, because I was just like, there's no ulterior motives. There's no like, I'm trying to get in your pants. There's no like, hey, fuck it. There is nothing beyond the fact that we're just going to have fun. Like, we're just going to get fun, and we're just going to drink and whatever. And, the young me going, maybe, you're drunk now. But like, fucking, she, like, I think the third one, we end up leaving and we go to get some food. Like, the best fucking memories that I have as a younger guy was 3:00 in the morning, and we go to Maxwell's to fucking get a shitty hot dog at 3 a.m. so you don't wake up hungover like a motherfucker. And we go to, they park their car at my friend's house, and she comes out and she grabs him by the balls in front of all of us. And she goes, "You're mine now." And he literally looked at me and he goes, like a puppy getting picked up by its neck, going, "What the fuck what just happened?" She grabbed him by the balls, and he literally looked at me, and my other friend goes, "Oh." Like, he didn't even say anything. He just went, "Oh," and I just looked, and I go, "Wow." I'm like, "You're his. She peed on you. She claimed you. She's yours." And literally, that was the last time we ever saw him again, because he goes like, bro, that was fucking crazy. Like, you can't do that on a dating app nowadays. Like, how are you gonna know that that person is crazy, boy or a girl or whatever the fuck? Like, you can't go like, because you just see the pretty face. You just go, oh damn, look at their Instagram. Oh my god, they went to this place. Fuck, they must be doing okay. And then imagine the poor girl that sees this one guy showing off a picture right next to a Ferrari, and then he shows up in a Honda Civic with a lawnmower muffler, and he goes, "Hey, you want to go to my mom's basement?" like, bro, like, and we have daughters, so I'm like, that's the worst fucking nightmare. But like, it's so hard. I couldn't do it. I could never fucking do it, bro.
No.
Technology. That's where the technology. Maybe for hookups. It's like
Yeah, but that's just the same worries on those.
true. Well, Magic Johnson already beat AIDS, so
Oh, shit.
if he got it, like, if motherfucker, I think he's got financial AIDS because that motherfucker's gotten richer. But that is a fucking scare too. Like, you don't know who the fuck. There's a billion people
Mhm.
that you can fucking meet that are just psychopaths. They're crazy. They're narcissistic. They're fucking, and we're fucking all crazy. We're not perfect. Nobody's fucking perfect in any way, shape, or form. But that's where I think technology kind of failed. Where, like, I think that, like, or maybe that's where AI steps in and goes, like, hey, little window pops up and ChatGPT goes, she's going to grab you by the balls and say you're hers.
GPT just gives you the warning.
She sends you a bunch of butthole pictures of that person.
Chat GPT eventually turns into just like a magic 8-ball for
Oh, my
future
God.
advice.
Dude, that would be a great. That is what it is. It literally is a magic 8-ball. How many people do you think that fucking did that back in the day?
Oh,
Let's
man.
just go.
Did you tell me you haven't?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, come on now.
Am I gonna jump
Didn't
off
you
this?
believed it?
I believed it.
Oh yeah.
I thought there was black
You're
magic in
supposed
that
to.
bitch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you just fucking should I whack one off?
Maybe next time.
I foresee it in the future. The future is now, my boy. Lotion. But yeah, like I that's the new magic 8-ball. That's fucking, or it wasn't magic 8-ball? Yeah, it was a magic 8-ball, right?
Mhm.
That's fucking crazy. That is. Damn, see? We're fucking giving you guys facts over here. But
Now those magic 8-balls aren't a thing anymore, and a magic 8-ball is something completely different when you're our age.
America. that's what a lot of my cousins do on the weekend. You know what I mean? For 100 and no, just playing. But yeah, it's fucking crazy. That it literally is crazy how we find we're just kids. We're the same fucking kids, and mostly men. I feel like mostly men.
Oh, men are kids. Period.
We're kids. We're fucking child.
How many times do you hear that?
Oh, we're fucking childish. We're a big child.
Oh,
We're a big fucking. I have more fun with my kids' toys than my daughters does sometimes.
Absolutely.
Bro, the other
Hey,
day,
man, half the times you buy your kids toys, you're thinking about it.
you're like,
Fun.
no, I'm a
Yeah,
fucking.
can I have fun with this? Yeah. Absolutely.
Shit.
We're getting it.
I'm gonna paint Pac Bubba the fucking pig, bro. Like,
Mhm.
there's dude. The other day, I found my stupid ass. Like, she got this one thing for Christmas. It's like a little. It's like fucking shapes, and it's like a little magnet that you just go, bro. I sat there for a good 30 minutes while my kid was throwing a tantrum, and I'm like, I don't know why you're not liking this. This is phenomenal. you're just you're an asshole. This is great. This is fucking a magnet. This is genius. And she's like, no, I want your phone. And I'm like, no, this is bullshit. Yeah, we are kids. We're fucking kids with bigger toys, newer tech. Like, it's a toy. Everything is a fucking toy. Whether it's tools, cars,
And then you get a group of guys together, and
we're childish. We're the stupidest fucking thing,
you're-
grabbing
you're
ass and
just, you're just tall childs out in the world. Well, other ones I'm not, but
he stayed his size. You're like you're like the little egg that never hatched. Just pop his
Hey,
little
man,
feet
you
in his
know
head.
what? There's Allen Iverson, 90s.
Motherfucker, you cannot do an alley
I can't. My point is, he gave me hope as a short child as I grew up. He was my idol. He was the shortest motherfucker
True.
in the NBA.
He was a fucking. He was a
Short
man.
as hell.
He was a man.
It's obviously amazing. And is he a Hall of Famer now? I don't know. I'm not sure.
Is
But
he? He should be.
Point
If he's not,
being, Allen Iverson. When I was like, short people can do it.
he
too.
gave hope. He gave hope to the short people. He did. He is the short man's Superman. He is the short man's Goliath. That is crazy.
Yeah,
So-
we're just grown children.
We are. Yeah, I'm a big ass child, dude. Like
Just grown
there-
children, man.
there's days
Our
where I
attention span is about the same as theirs.
oh fuck yeah. Oh for sure. For sure. I mean, why do you think they do why do you think that strip clubs do 5-minute lap dances? Because I guarantee you after just I'm gonna do 30 minutes, you just be like you're looking at you're looking at her heels and you're like, there's a piece of gum stuck to her heel. I wonder what flavor it is. I wonder if she chewed it and that's where she keeps it. I wonder, what smells a little funky down here? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like we're big child. We're just a big fucking toddler. Like we're grumpy, we're angry, we need a nap. We're just like we're not there.
You know what though? I'm totally okay with being a grown child because all
have
that
to have
means
fun.
is we can have fun on the blink of an eye out of nowhere.
That is true. Do you think that there's a big
How many
difference?
times as a grown man have you tried to hop over the big red balls outside of Target? You know what I'm talking about? Outside of Target, they got the big red
Yeah.
chairs. Have
Oh,
you not fucking tried to bunny hop
tempted.
over one of those?
I've been fucking
You've
tempted.
been tempted? I've done it multiple
You
times.
can reach over.
Barely. But like that's the fun that men can have. I don't.
Yeah.
You're
That is
walking
super
into a
fun, yeah.
store to buy something, and you're
Yeah.
probably with your wife and your kids, and you know it's your kid wants to try to climb on it,
Yeah.
and you're like, "Oh, you're climbing on it? I'm gonna climb on it too."
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
have fun with it. 'Cause
What-
why not? And then you know your wives are looking over you like,
A bunch of people just looking at bless
"What
him.
is this guy doing?"
Bless
I'm
him.
having fun. Fuck off. Like
He's
we
got
just
Benjamin.
have fun,
He's got
man.
Benjamin Buttons.
we just have fun.
Yeah, you're
And
right.
that's all it takes.
You're right. And you know what? You know, I'm gonna go ahead on a limb. Like, if you're like, there's some men that like, not all men, but like a lot of men, like shit. I have multiple hobbies. Like, I have a lot of hobbies. Like, I have, I like guns. I like building, toys and stuff like that. Going to a shooting range and stuff like that. And we've been, it's fun as shit, right?
Mhm.
And cars. Like, we've been customizing our toys and like our cars or whatever, and like doing our garages, like painting and doing like, you should see this garage and you should see his garage, and maybe we will show like
Before and
a
afters?
before and after like kind of things like that we've done. And it's just like buying tools that I've bought more tools than
I come to this guy's house before going to Menards
I've been
because
to-
he's got it and they probably don't.
I've been in a Home Depot parking lot more times to the point where I can literally get a job there. And I probably do me better because I probably get a discount at least. Like it's freaking ridiculous, and we don't need it. Like there's times where you go like fuck it. And how many times have you gone to like a random store, Home Depot, Target, fucking Walmart, and you just go, you go either by like a thing that just like you like, right? Like whether it can be computers or TVs or fucking whatever it is, right? And you go, I need one of these things, and it's just like you justify it too. You go, it used to be 25, now it's 24. Like I need to buy this thing, and then you get home and you go, I already had one. Well, now I have two. So it's just like toys get like, if I had the budget that I have now, like the money that I make now as a child, and trust me, it ain't shit now because obviously with bills. But if I didn't have any bills right now, like if I had all the money in the world, I would have random stupid shit
Mhm.
that I would never need. Like we would be sitting on the swings that are hanging from the ceiling, just going. You would be a police car that you wanted to be when you were a
I
child.
could have been that police car, man.
Walking around with a flicking light on your.
I wanted to be that police car.
But yeah, man, I think you're right. We are fucking grown ass children. And do you think that there's got to be a difference? That's why I think women, well, they do say like men don't fully develop their brain until after 25 years old.
Well, I'm 32 and it's still not there.
My shit's
We're
still loading.
We're still working on that part.
Mine's buffering right now. But like girls are they, I think I don't know the age, but I think it's way like it's gotta be like at 17, 18. Because like dude, like even my daughter, she's gonna be 3, and my daughter's like she's like yesterday she kept me up to like the day before yesterday, she kept me up to like fucking 4 a.m, and I had to work all day. Like I had to be at work at 10 a.m. in the morning, and I wasn't done till like 11, right? And I
His
went.
man works 1 hour.
Huh?
He's complaining about that.
Who?
You.
What?
You had to be at work at 10. You left by 11. That must have been a very hard hour of work.
No, motherfucker. I said I was at work from 10 to 11 at night. Motherfucker. What time zone are you in? Fucking China? We went back in time. Daylight savings. What kind of fucking daylight savings? Fucking groundhogging me? Yeah, that did sound kind of bad, right? That was fucking stupid. My English is not so good sometimes. My heritage comes back. No, fucking. So like, and she had like this, like she woke me up at like I think it was like, but it was very gentle too. It was like, Daddy, and then I'm like, what? It was like fucking 8:30 in the morning, and I had just gotten to sleep at like maybe 5:36, and she goes, Daddy, I'm like, what's up, baby? And she goes, don't forget you have to go to work. And I'm like, I don't know why I made her sound like a Russian gangster. So she is not in any of the John Wick movies. Sorry. She goes like, yeah, you have to go to work, Daddy. And then I'm like, I know, baby. She's like, but I'm gonna let you sleep, okay? Cover up. I'll wake you up in 5 to 10. Oh no, she said 246. And I'm like, 246? God damn, what the fuck's going on? Is she doing algorithms over here? But she had like in her brain, she said, I know you're tired. I kept your ass up and I'm fresh. Like I'm having breakfast. And then like literally when I came down, she goes like, you're not gonna have breakfast? I'm like, I'm late to work already. Like I got a dip. And she goes like, all right, well, I'll see you. Love you. And I was just like, she's like, she's smart. Like the girls are just like, I think girls are like, I feel like girls just like, they don't care about.
Why do you think there's the song out that this is what from the 90s, early 2000s? I'm not sure. Girls just want to have fun. They just want to have fun, but they can't. They're too focused on everything else. They're too, That's why the concept of I could have fun walking into Target by jumping over a red ball and enjoying it. I'm having fun. Girls just want to have fun, but
I'm not gonna hit my vagina over it.
they're not going to jump over that red ball like we will.
And maybe they've jumped over
Men are
enough
grown
red
as
balls.
men are grown as children, which is why we have fun, and girls want to have fun. But
They got to keep your ass
no,
in check.
no, God bless them for that because somebody's got to be mature.
True.
It ain't
Because as soon as my direct deposit, it's like,
not us,
should
dude.
I buy a
It's-
robot?
it's
And my wife
not-
goes like, no, motherfucker, we need to pay the light
It's
bill.
not us, but girls just want to have fun, but
They can't.
they know they can't because we do, and we won't stop ourselves from having.
Look
the
at your
fun.
insightful ass. I didn't even think about it that way. I was gonna say no.
No,
Girl wrote that about a
I'm
guy.
not saying it in a bad way at all. Just
No. I get it. You're right.
We have the fun without thinking on it.
Yeah.
The repercussions that they're like.
Maybe because our brains just go like, if we're gonna do something, we're gonna like no matter what task it is. I think that we have fun in any stupid shit. Like working on the garages, we use it as a time to hang out, drink, and fucking we're smoking cigarettes, we're fucking having fun, we're throwing shit at each other. I'm over here painting your ass, and I'm fucking we're joking around, with a fucking sprayer and all that shit. Like it's fun. Playing grab ass is the funnest fucking thing. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing more beautiful than grabbing a man's ass and saying,
This
I love
guy.
you. I'm just, and have a lot more fun with men. Have you ever seen a double date when they're grown and married? The girls are talking, and the guys are just like well, you don't know the guy, right? When the girls try, like, the girls are friends, and the guy's like, fucking boy, I don't want to have a new friend. Like, I want to mow my grass. Like, I don't want to do this. And then eventually, like this is what pisses off women.
It switches.
It switches. And the guys, it takes for the guys to go pee by themselves, right? And then you fucking pee all over the floor because you're fucking drunk already because you've been smashing fucking Miller Lights just to fucking cope with this fucking play date for adults. And then
they just made two best friends.
And you just go.
You
just beat on the fucking something stupid. Like, I can't even remember, right? And then all of a sudden you just go like, Like fucking Step Brothers did. We just become best friends.
Yep.
Night vision, and all of a sudden you're just like the
Doing
stupidest two
karate in the
fucking
garage out of nowhere.
fucking the stupidest fucking people, right? And you go, should we have a nightcap at our house? We should. We definitely should. And now the girls are like, no, we got kids. We should be like, no, let's do it. Let's fucking do it. Like, hey, Kyle, no, you
out here. We're going out at that point.
girls are sleeping in the couch, and we're still fucking partying, right? That is fucking crazy.
switches.
Yeah, I think our brains are we're still monkeys. The women have like evolved. They got the Chat GPT a long time ago, and we're just still on fucking like iPhone fucking 5 with just one camera. We're just going, what? Did you say free drinks in a minivan? Sure, fuck it. Like, I'm in. There's got to be something fun. Men find a way to make it fun. Now, I'm not saying the women are not fun. Like, don't fucking. And mind you, I'm gonna stop correcting myself because if you're gonna look at this channel and we have to correct ourselves, I don't want to fucking do this at all. But like women are more. I think women are more like thoughtful. Like my girl's always watching me. Like my girl's always going like, yo, like, hey, like not that watching me like are like telling me because my girl doesn't buy into that fucking I'm gonna be the toxic woman, like this whole new trend, whatever. But like she's like, she doesn't ever fucking tell me like, dude, we drink out here till fucking 3-4 o'clock in the morning, and like my girl's just like, yo, I feel some sort of way because my girl's pregnant right now, or your girl goes, hey, your daughter woke up, blah blah blah, whatever. But like I've never gotten a call, and I've never seen you get a call where you're like, hey, it's like you should get your ass in, like. Never.
Hey, as long as we get up and go to work,
we still do our duties, right? And my girl goes, if we're out and I'm driving, right? I feel like even drunk, I feel like I got this. I fucking got this. You're in the back seat, Chris. Stay there. And like my girl's always going like, yo, either pace it or I'm driving. And then you go, and that's an opening because you go, did you say you're gonna drive? I can do 10 more. Fuck it. And then like. And women are more like thoughtful. They're like, they think like at that moment, women think more like 10 steps ahead as opposed to we're just fuck it. We're trying to have a good time. We're like, and maybe it's also the fact that like, we work hard and we're like fucking like, we like, at least for me, it's like, I kind of like living the rock star life. I admire that. We're like any hardworking man, and you're watching this and you're like, you work your ass off. You're a good fucking man. You're decent enough, and you have you take care of your family, you take care of your parents, and you're there. You're outstanding fucking American citizen and or not, and whatever the fuck you are, and you just do your shit. Like you actually pay your dues and you're fucking doing your thing. You deserve to fucking, as a man, you deserve, and a woman too. Fuck, you deserve to fucking have some fucking fun and let loose. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it's so easy for us because when we let loose, we just go. Should we climb that fucking tree?
Everything else is out the window.
There's no repercussions to it.
We can let go of those other daily worries and thoughts like that. And where it's like, no, I'm here standing in front of this stupid thing I'm about to do, and I don't, we could switch it off a lot easier.
Yeah, I think that women have a lot more self-control.
I mean, how many videos? Oh, absolutely. How many videos do you see where, on TikTok or shorts, and it's just like, this is why women live longer than men, and it's just men taking a tube behind a 4-wheeler up a ramp, tossing themselves up in the air. And we're just having fun, but like, that's really stupid to do.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
Well, we don't care. We're gonna have that fun.
Fucking, I think that's it. I think it's also the fact that chemically we need it. I think that men chemically, I think women have it too. Because there's a lot of like crazy fucking like adventurous fucking women that like do UFC and their moms and they're fucking like it's so crazy to see like Ronda Rousey, like she can fucking like she turns into a fucking savage in the octagon. And watching some of these UFC women that just annihilate, and then as soon as they step off, they're like makeup and high heels, and you're just like, who is this person?
You never see it, right?
And us, we're just fucking monkeys with a wrench. We're just like, huh? Show me a magic trick. Did you just take a coin out of my fucking ear? Like I'm here, fuck yeah. Like, hey, you're taking me in your truck? Fuck it. Why did Jeffrey Dahmer only kill men? We wanted the adventure. But you're right. I think that's I honestly do think that. But it's fun though, and not a lot of men. I think there's a lot. Maybe we're just fucking irresponsible dumbasses.
Maybe.
I think we're just trying to justify it. But I do agree with you with that it is so much easier to check out to like, or like we don't. I think that we know the repercussions. Like we know that when we're doing something stupid, we know, hey, this is really fucking stupid. We shouldn't do it.
We're gonna do it anyways.
But we go.
Then if you don't do it, you're gonna be upset you didn't do it.
And there's a funny fucking joke where my mom used to say it all the time when we were kids. Where it's like, there was a kid that kept asking the mom, like, can I pull the tail on the dog? And he's like, no, because it's gonna fucking bite you. Hey, can I pull the tail on the dog, mom? And like eventually it was just like, come on, mom, you pull the tail. Fucking pull the tail on the dog. It's gonna bite me, man. Like the mom's like, then what the fuck were you asking me? Like the mom's like, it was like, no, I fucking know what's gonna happen. I just wanted to fuck with you. And we're poking too. We're like, we like to poke the fucking bear. Like it's funny. Like we're just fucking chowder. We're like, yeah. I like fucking it's great it's great to be a fucking man. Like it's in this country too. Like where we can do whatever the fuck we want when we want. We can go out and buy a fucking truck and lift it 18 inches where we can't even get into it. Well, you could never get into it.
I can't get into my own right now. It's not even lifting.
You would need a golf cart to get into it. I'm sorry. This has gotten abusive. I'm so sorry. But we're gonna get striked down for that. But we just put stupid shit. Like nobody needs that. A lot of the shit that we get, we don't need. No. Like we don't need a cooler in the fucking garage.
Nope. With the blue light in it because it looks cooler.
Or LEDs behind a TV. That was a man who said, do you know what would make watching TV better?
Yeah.
Fucking lights that flash as the TV's going. You know what would make it better? A fucking subwoofer and 18 speakers right behind my ear so I get tinnitus.
Somebody's starting down our street right now.
Somebody's driving like an asshole outside our house.
This motherfucker just crashed.
Somebody just crashed.
Oh, shit.
Holy shit, folks. How perfect is that?
Dude's just having fun right now.
He wanted to pull the tail of the dog, and he did. He literally pulled the tail of the... Oh, shit.
That was loud, dude.
That was loud, bro. He took a couple cars.
Was that on our street?
That's what I'm trying to see. Hopefully, he didn't take your van. My truck is outside. It's good.
Did that go down our street, or was it on the main one? That was... Ooh.
It's not by your side.
No, that was this way.
Yeah, that was that way.
But was it on the main infantry, or was it...
No, it wasn't on infantry. It was definitely right here. It was definitely right here.
Open up your garage, dude.
No, hell no. We don't want to fucking...
Oh my
How
God.
perfect. This is quality, guys. We literally did not plan this. Well, we might have.
That dude was having fun.
That dude was having a blast with his souped-up truck.
He just
As we're talking about cars,
ruined a bunch of shit.
he had to have hit something down that way.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was probably one of those kids that has that souped-up pickup truck.
Damn.
There's lights like facing that way, this way.
I kind of want to put this on pause.
All right, guys, we're gonna take a little piss break. We're gonna keep the mics. We're gonna keep the mics, and we're gonna go out there.
Yo, what just happened?
All right, we're gonna keep the fucking mics on. We're gonna go out there. I also gotta take a piss. Is that firewall? Huh? Is it the cops going that way?
God damn, it's cold out.
We got the heater on, but that was bad. A lot of cops. A lot of fun. Like, there was like at least 8 cop cars in a matter of like 0.5 seconds. Yeah. God bless, man. That's why I love living over here, man. Because suburbs, Chicago, you would have never got in. That was crazy, bro. Well, cheers to perfect timing. That's how funny is it that we were literally talking about a 6-inch lifted truck, and we don't need it, and all of a sudden you just hear, just fucking. That's great. That's perfect timing. That is absolute perfect timing. We're fucking idiots. We're not us. That's crazy, bro. That's a fucking wake up call right there, bro.
Wow.
And it looked like he was on the opposite side of the sidewalk,
He's
bro.
on the other side of the street.
No, but that was a regular truck, bro. That was like a fucking Ford Escape or something that he hit, and maybe he took off because the cops are scattering.
Yeah, maybe.
He had to have taken off.
Yeah, damn.
That's the shit that scares me the most. Somebody hitting, like, my wife and kids, or me with my kids, bro. Like, damn. Back to our new podcast. As we're talking about how lifting a truck and putting horsepower into cars, or I don't even think I said horsepower, but just us being childly fucking creatures and how stupid we are. I hope you guys can hear this. And there's cops passing in front of our house.
They're going through our neighborhood?
Yeah, they're going through. I think the guy took off. He had to have taken off. Yeah, he had to have taken off. There's sirens. I hope you guys can hear. Yeah. Yeah, there's like fire departments going. Yeah, it's a little crazy. All right, we're kind of stagnant on this, but long story. As we're talking about this fucking shit, we literally are talking about how stupid we men are and how much fun we like to have, and that it's dumb what we do, especially with toy cars. Literally, I really do hope the video captured it. And the audio, more importantly, the audio, because obviously the video it's capturing us.
That was a bang, dude.
But it was a fucking boom, and then all of a sudden, ba-bang. Like, he hit somebody. And hopefully, whoever got hit fucking is okay. Right. Hopefully he just busted his own shit, which is not great to say, but if you're gonna, you hit that fuck around moment, you go to find out. And it's better for you to find out by yourself than fucking hit anybody else. So hopefully whoever got hit is perfectly fine. Nobody's hurt. Long story is, as we're talking about that, it's perfect timing. And I think it's a perfect time as our first official podcast with a name, that we kind of finished this. We've been shooting for about an hour and a half. We can go on. We're still gonna go on. We're gonna shoot the shit. But we need to get around and we need to listen to some music and just kind of talk about shit. We got to talk about our high heels, and we're gonna work tomorrow to church. But we just want to say, I hope you guys really like this shit as much as we do, and I hope it shows through and it bleeds through the video. We're kind of quiet in the beginning. We're kind of like trying to figure out what we're gonna say, and maybe fucking 2 years down the line, or maybe hopefully sooner, hopefully to you guys, and thankfully to you guys that you guys push this. Can you hear? I hope you guys can hear this. I really want you guys to hear all the sirens. Hopefully you guys can capture that we're having a great time, that we're laughing, we're showing our just who we are, and just the regular fucking two dudes that just trying to live the American dream at its fullest, and trying to survive in our daily lives with our being dads and fucking working our jobs and fucking trying to pay bills and trying to get out of the rut. And hopefully it kind of like pushes you guys to laugh and fucking hang out and just talk. But yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys stay tuned. Click the notifications, fucking go to all of our social media. Please help us out. Let's push this through so that we can push you guys through in whatever way, form, or shape. But brother, love you, man. ATFT. Follow us along, baby. Have fun.